Brandon Reilly now knows where he'll try to make it happen in 2019. After a brief stint on the Dallas Cowboys practice squad, Reilly has signed a reserve futures contract with the Detroit Lions. The Lions are familiar with the former Husker wide receiver, who spent the last 2 weeks of the 2018 season on the team's practice squad prior to the Cowboys briefly picking him up on their practice squad during the playoffs. No further terms of Reilly's deal with the Lions were announced. But clearly Detroit saw enough in Reilly to want to take a further look at him. A futures contract is what NFL teams do to claim rights to a player for the upcoming season. The Lions, who have been remodeling the look of their offense under new coach Matt Patricia, could be a good spot for a receiver looking for his chance to break through. The 6'2", 200-pound Reilly was undrafted out of college but signed as a free agent with the Buffalo Bills and impressed enough to eventually work his way up to the 53-man roster before he was let go prior to this season. "I've kind of been the underdog my whole life," Reilly told BuffaloBills.com last August. "I've always carried a chip on my shoulder." The Lincoln Southwest grad has risen from near the bottom to a leading role before moving his way from a Husker walk-on to one of the top playmakers on the roster as a senior in 2016. Reilly had just 9 catches for 109 yards his first couple years at Nebraska, before busting out for 40 catches for 754 yards as a junior under the tutelage of former new wide receivers coach Keith Williams. His highlight moment came when he caught a game-winning touchdown in the final seconds of that 2015 season to help Nebraska knock off an undefeated Michigan State team at Memorial Stadium. "He was great with the mental and physical side of things. He helped me learn how to run routes better," Reilly said of Williams in an interview with BuffaloBills.com. "He always told me, 'I think I expect more out of you than you expect out of yourself.' I really sat back and thought about that, and it showed that he believed in me. So I started to believe that much in myself." While Reilly had an injury-plagued senior year that cut down on his numbers at Nebraska, his size and speed made him one of the more attractive former new receivers in the NFL in some time. He isn't the only former Husker wide receiver who has received good news in recent weeks. One of his former teammates, Quincy Enunwa, recently signed a 4-year contract extension with the New York Jets. Enunwa's contract offers him $10 million in fully guaranteed money and $20.25 million in total guarantees. The Huskers hope they can add another wide receiver to the mix this season when Stanley Morgan makes his bid to make a roster. Morgan became the first Husker to officially have more than 1,000 yards in a season, ending with 70 catches for 1,004 yards.